Hello, everybody. I'm really excited to announce that season 5 of the It's Never About Money podcast is about to go live. And, as I continue through this journey on the podcast, I continue to refine my thoughts and think about the types of guests that I want to have on and the topics that I want to explore. And that journey is really quite exciting for me. I have become more and more curious about this idea of the intersection between money and meaning, and how a focus on money for the sake of focusing on money itself actually can impact and get in the way of meaning in our lives. And to that end, in season 5 coming up, I've had again a diverse range of guests that have been a joy to really speak with, and I've learned a lot from. So, from financial educators, authors, entrepreneurs, philanthropists, they all brought an amazing wealth of knowledge and experience to the table. And when I think about, since I started this podcast, the amount of effort to research the guests and speak to the guests, I've learnt so much, and I think that for those that actually listen and then tune in, I hope that you've learnt as much as I have and have started to implement in your lives some of the things that are the low-hanging fruit, but so impactful for all of us. And so, if I was to really think about the theme of season 5, it's about financial literacy, but not as we kind of think about financial literacy. Financial literacy or money management, this idea that we're educated so that we can make more money, so we can make better choices with our money with respect to shares, or understanding the concepts of compounding interest or the effects of debt on us, all of those types of things. But I think that financial literacy and the way it should be thought about is that the more financial literate someone actually is, the better they understand the choices that they're making with their money and how those choices can impact their lives, both positively and negatively. The less aware we are about the choices of our money, say what it would mean to, for instance, have a bank account jointly with our partner versus having two separate bank accounts, or what it would mean to get into a whole lot of debt in terms of its impact on our life. The more financial literate we are, then the better choices we make and the better chance that we have a good amount of well-being in our lives. And so I've spoken again to so many different types of guests, from those that run educational platforms to help children with financial literacy, to those who write books on financial literacy for kids, which, surprisingly enough, when you actually read these comic books and so on, the rules that they talk about with respect to money applies to adults and are a really good reminder. So I think each guest that I've had has really brought about a unique perspective and valuable insight to the podcast. And so I'm really excited by this season. So in terms of what I expect of anyone that listens to the podcast is to just enjoy it, to let people know if they're really getting a lot of value out of it, to let me know and give me the feedback that I need to continue. I thrive off the guests that I speak to, but I also thrive off any feedback, constructive or otherwise. So please get on to the It's Never About Money podcast. Subscribe on your podcast platform. Please make comments, post on LinkedIn. And just, I'd like to take the time to thank you all for listening, for taking this idea of and reflecting on this idea that just blindly pursuing money without any concept of what it is doing for us is in our belief, a kind of a fruitless exercise. And so I believe that anyone who's enjoying this podcast and listening in is very much of that firm view as well. And as a gift, I would love for you, if you really do enjoy it, send this over to any friends and family that you think would gain a lot of value out of it. And again, appreciate you a lot, and look forward to getting your thoughts on season 5 and getting prepared for season 6.